Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Ethereum is retesting this important line of support, which could be repeating history, while Bitcoin is once again rejecting from this important area of resistance, which I'll talk about in just a moment, so definitely stick around. First of all, starting off on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is still trading within this short-term bullish trend, forming higher lows and higher highs in the price and in the RSI, as we've seen over the last couple of weeks. But obviously, just over the last few days, we have been seeing a bit of a short-term cool-off from that local high at around 28,500 due to the fact that the daily Bitcoin RSI got very close to overbought territories just a few days ago. So, like I said, a few days ago, this simply means we're overheated in the short term. We've gone too far to the upside too quickly, and we need some time to cool off to help reset the RSI back to the downside. And that cool off can play out in the form of either choppy sideways price action, if not a slight pullback in the short term, which once again over the last few days has been playing out. But obviously, a short term cool off or a small pullback or consolidation doesn't necessarily mean the end of this bullish trend in the shorter term, because obviously during a bullish trend we can experience some slight bearish price action, just like how during a bearish trend we can experience some slight bullish price action, like what we saw back here over the last few months. And if you're looking at the daily Bitcoin MACD, as of right now, this is technically still looking more bullish than bearish, because the MACD itself is trending to the upside and the histogram is still sitting in the green. But with that being said, it is not showing as much momentum compared to some of these previous moves. And so, like I've also said recently on the channel, I would not expect a massive high momentum movement to the upside, but instead we're likely going to see price action that is more bullish than bearish in terms of the trend. And just staying on the daily Bitcoin chart, of course, we still have an active bullish divergence playing out as of recording this video, and has been playing out over the last couple of weeks. And of course, the point of invalidation for this bullish divergence would be if we started to see a breakdown in the RSI below this ascending line of support or into new lower lows, because that would be a short-term bearish signal helping to invalidate the bullish divergence. And also, of course, if we see lower highs or lower lows begin to form again in the price action here in the somewhat shorter term on the daily time frame, obviously that would be another bearish signal to pay attention to. But at least for now, we have not yet seen that happen. So once again, technically speaking, with the daily RSI still trending to the upside, this bullish divergence is still currently active, meaning we should expect mostly choppy sideways price action, if not a bullish relief in the somewhat shorter term here in terms of the trend. But once again, within this bullish trend that has been playing out over the last few weeks, just over the last few days, we have been seeing a bit of a short-term cool-off due to the fact that the RSI was very close to overbought territories. And as of recording this video, this is still currently playing out within this bullish trend. And of course, another reason as to why we have been seeing a bit of a pullback over the last few days in the price of Bitcoin is also due to the fact that the price has been running into significant area of resistance. Because if you're looking at the volume profile indicator on the daily time frame, right now this is showing a lot of resistance in between around 27.9k to 28.2k, and we have also found resistance previously at the end of August and the end of May, as we can see here in the price of Bitcoin. And so there definitely is a lot of selling pressure in that price range right there, which means for the bulls out there, in order to continue this short-term bullish trend higher with another leg to the upside, we first need to see a confirmed breakout above 28.2k with confirmation, like for example daily candle closes, if not flipping that level of resistance into new support again, because of course if that happens, that can help to confirm the breakout to the upside. And in that scenario, we would likely head up towards this next area of resistance in the volume profile indicator, sitting in between around 29.1k to 29.4k approximately. But once again, the immediate obstacle we need to jump over is this resistance going up towards 28.2k. So at least for now, in the short term, that is the resistance to pay attention to. And if you're zooming into a smaller time frame, looking at the 6-hour Bitcoin chart, looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool, and also this previous descending line of resistance, which is currently acting as new support, we can see that right now this line of support is sitting at approximately 27.1k to 27.2k. So once again, that is the immediate support to pay attention to. But in a more bearish scenario, if we actually break back below 27.1k with confirmation, then we could likely see a drop back down towards around 26.7k, and below that level we have the golden pocket sitting in between around 26.1k to 26.3k approximately. And once again, for short-term resistance, we could find a bit of resistance around 27.7k, but once again, we still have that important area of resistance on the daily time frame that I just mentioned here. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and over the last one day, we have now actually seen a daily candle close below this important area of support sitting in between around 1620 to 1660 approximately. And so obviously anytime where we break below important support, that is clearly a bearish signal that we need to be aware of. But at least for now, we are currently running into this ascending line of supports based on these previous lows, which is sitting at around 1.6k approximately. And so on the daily time frame, this is basically the last support. Once again, at 1.6k is the last support before we actually break back down and revisit these lows sitting in between around 1540 to 1560, give or take. And obviously, if we actually end up seeing a break below these previous lows, that would be a strong signal pointing towards the continuation of this previous bearish trend with another leg to the downside. But at least for now, 1.6k is the support to pay attention to on the daily time frame, and this previous area of support in between around 1620 to 1660 could now act as a bit of resistance. And so for the bulls out there, we need to see a confirmed breakout back above around 1660, essentially reclaiming that level as new support again in order to potentially head back up towards these previous highs. And as for the daily Ethereum price oscillators, at least for now, these price oscillators are still currently looking more bullish than bearish. But with that being said, the MACD is getting very close to a possible trend reversal signal, very close to a bearish cross. But at least for now, that potential bearish cross has not confirmed just yet. So once again, it's still looking more bullish than bearish, but it is showing very low momentum. And something similar can be said about the RSI, which is still trending to the upside, which once again is more of a bullish signal because this bullish divergence is still currently active. So in terms of the trend here on the daily time frame, technically we are still looking more bullish than bearish, once again forming higher lows and higher highs. But of course, we are currently sitting very close to a point of invalidation for that bullish trend. If we simply break below these previous lows in the price or in the RSI, then once again, those signals are potential trend reversal signals pointing towards a reversal back into a bearish trend on the daily time frame and invalidating the bullish divergence. But at least for now, that has not yet happened. And if you're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 6-hour ETH to US dollar chart, right now, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is actually bouncing exactly from the golden pocket area of support, which is sitting in between around 1.6k to 1610. And so, like I said a couple of days ago, that is the important area of support in the short term to pay attention to. But if we see a break below around 1.6k with confirmation, then we could likely return to this low right here, sitting at around 1570, give or take. And if we see a break below that low, then once again, we'll likely drop down towards this low at around 1530, give or take. And as for short-term resistance, right now we could find some resistance at around 1635 to 1637, but in a more bullish scenario, if we see a larger bounce back to the upside, then the next resistance to pay attention to is definitely around 1660, which was also previous resistance back here. And in a more bullish scenario, if we actually break out back above 1660 with confirmation, then the next resistance levels to pay attention to are, first of all, around 1.7k and around 1750. But believe it or not, you can actually make money in crypto no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or simply chopping around sideways. And if you want to know how to do that, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is bullish or bearish using AI, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.